Welcome to the Dose of Good podcast, where we celebrate good people and organizations working to make the world a better place. It can be easy to get caught up in the bad things going on in the world and forget about the good happening all around us each and every day. I'm your host, Erin, and I want to share these stories with you and give them the attention they deserve. I hope this podcast educates and inspires you and maybe even motivates you to share a dose of good in your community. Now let's get into today's episode. Today's episode features Liberty House, and I was trying to think back if I've done an episode regarding veterans or programs for veterans, and I don't think I have done one specifically for that. If I have, and I remember later, I'll link it below, but I think this is the first. And they are doing amazing things for veterans in New Hampshire. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode and learning more about Liberty House. I speak to their executive director, Ashley Kitchell. Today I'm here with Ashley Kitchell, Executive Director of Liberty House. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
So what is Liberty House and what is the mission?
Yeah, so Liberty House, we're a program of New Hampshire Catholic Charities, and we focus on the veteran world. So we work with vets from A to Z, really. We have kind of two different programs. We have our transitional housing program where we work with vets for about a year. They live with us and work through our 4-step model with very intensive case management services. And then we also have our vet center. So that is for our community vets to come in and access things like budgeting help, connected with VSOs, getting their service connections, discharge upgrades, and our food and clothing pantry.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so going back to kind of your transitional program, can you kind of take us through what it is and the 4-step program?
Yeah. Yep. So we follow a 4-step program, and it's focused on rediscovering purpose as step 1. So really that is when our vets first come to us. Everyone's different. So they're very individualized, the programming that they accept. And so that is really kind of figuring out their baseline. What are your goals? What are you looking for out of the program? And what is it that we need to help you with to kind of hit those goals? So it's obtaining essential documents. We have lots of vets that come to us with nothing. They don't have an ID. They don't have a birth certificate, social security card. And it's a very fun game of playing what do you get first because you need one to get the other.
Right, yeah.
Luckily, our case managers are phenomenal. They've built really good, lasting relationships in the community. So we're able to kind of jump through some hoops with a little less red tape than what would normally take. So we focus on getting all of the essential documents lined up, getting them connected with doctors, dentists. A lot of our vets come to us. They haven't seen a primary care doctor or a dentist in many, many years. Mm-hmm. We have a great relationship with Goffstown Smiles, and they do a lot of free dental work for our vets because the VA doesn't cover dental work unless you're 100% service connected. And then a lot of the state insurances don't cover dental work as well. And dental work is extremely expensive.
Yes.
And so that's kind of step 2 of our program is physical and mental health connections. So making sure that they are seen by doctors, that they're following any medication requirements, that they're seeing a dentist and really working on getting their smile back up and running. That's a huge confidence boost for our guys and helps lead them into employment. We also want to make sure all of our guys, so we are the only sober living specifically for veterans in the entire state. And that's because we don't take any state or federal funding currently for operational expenses.
Okay.
So that's really important, I think, for our listeners to know. We're a very sought after program in that aspect.
Okay.
And so part of the sober living requirements is we make sure that all of our veterans go through an evaluation with a licensed drug and alcohol counselor. Being the only sober living, not all of our vets that come to us have a history of substance use, but they're with us for a reason, whether it's mental health related, PTSD, TBIs, or substance use. And so we want to make sure that we also have that foundation covered. So we have a clinical outside source come in, provide that evaluation for us. And then based on the recommendations is kind of how we figure out their next transition piece.
Okay.
And then employment and sustainable income. So we do require full-time employment for our vets. We do have some that are in school full-time, utilizing either the GI Bill or voc rehab, so benefits through the VA that help them go to school full-time, and they also pay them to go to school. So they're able to save money as well. But we really look for long-lasting employment opportunities, places that have full benefits, sick time, vacation time, 401k. We really want to make sure that they are set up for the long term once they transition out with us. And then they work on budgeting skills as well. That's part of the third step. So making sure that they can save money, that they're able to budget for vehicles. We have lots of vets that come to us that don't have a driver's license. So throughout the program, they are doing what they need to do in order to obtain that driver's license again.
Okay.
And with that usually comes paying off fines. So saving some money so they're able to pay off fines, and making sure that they're able to purchase a car as well. That just opens the door for so many more opportunities for them, whether it's reconnecting with family, education opportunities, employment opportunities. So that's always a huge goal as well.
Yeah.
And then once they've kind of been with us for a while, they've saved some money, they're really connected to the community, we look at transitioning them back out. So that's kind of the 4 steps in a nutshell.
Yeah. So how does, I guess obviously being a veteran is a requirement, but what other qualifications are required, and how do people either find you or do you find people through other organizations? How does that work?
So it's kind of a mix. So we have very basic requirements for our program. You have to be a veteran, you have to have 1 year of service, and you have to be sober and willing and able to work. Those are kind of our basic requirements. We do pull background checks on all of our vets as well when they come to us. Kind of twofold. One, we want to make sure that they're honest with us. That is a huge piece to the program, is honesty and transparency. And 2, we want to know kind of what we're looking at employment-wise. So we do take veterans with some colorful histories, we call it. We're giving them a second chance. We want them to have an opportunity to kind of rebuild their lives, regain the confidence, and have the support along the way. And so, again, very basic requirements. Same thing with our pantry. All you have to do is provide proof of veteran status one time, and you're able to utilize all of those services as well.
Okay, good to know. I would imagine, living in a house with other people, I would assume you kind of form like a bond and a support network there. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, the vet-to-vet connection is unlike anything I've ever seen before. And that's a huge part of the program as well. It makes me emotional thinking about all the stuff that they kind of go through and bond over. So we make it a point for them to have opportunities to bond outside of the house. So we do what we like to call Force Family Fun. We have a recovery meeting on site that is not led by internal staff. It's led by an outside provider. So it's an open opportunity for them to speak very candidly and not worry about what they might be saying. But the bond between the vets is wonderful. There's definitely been many experiences that I've had where someone might be really struggling, and as a staff person, we can give them all the support that we can, that is available to them. But sometimes they need that brother to say, you've got this. Like, it's okay. It's tough. I've been where you are, and it might suck in the moment, but it's worth it. And so just keep pushing through, keep doing it. I've seen that so many times where someone is just really down and they're struggling, and they just need that personal experience to be able to say, you can do it.
Yeah.
So
I can imagine that's really important.
We actually have a vet on staff now currently, which is the first time that we've had a veteran on staff in many, many years. And it just brings another level of connection. He's a combat vet. He utilizes the VA. He has the personal experience. Because a lot of things that they go through, even just the silly things like getting a doctor's appointment, sometimes it can be so difficult to navigate the VA system. As staff, we've done this for many years and we understand it, but again, it's not our lives that are being affected. And so with our staff member, his name is Jake, he's been through it. And so he can say, I've got you. I've done this before.
Yeah.
Let's do it together.
Oh,
And again, it just brings another level of the peer support connection.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
And since you did mention it, I was going to ask about the, as you put it, forced family fun.
Yes.
What sorts of things do they do? Like what sorts of activities?
So sometimes the guys hate the term forced family fun. I love it. We've been doing it for many, many years. It's just an opportunity for all of the staff and the vets to get together and go do something out in the community together.
Okay.
Whether it's we go bowling a lot. The guys love to go bowling, glow bowling specifically. We actually have the Elks Club out of Portsmouth that really sponsors that for us a lot. They'll buy us gift cards for us to be able to go bowling.
Nice.
Usually every other month we try to do it. Sometimes we'll go to the movies. Every year we go to the fair, the Deerfield Fair.
Oh, fun.
That was kind of our first adventure at Forest Family Fun many years ago. And so that has been an annual trip that we do.
Oh,
We'll go
nice.
apple picking. We'll go to the movies. I think we're trying to find a sponsor for us to go play paintball. That's something that the guys really want to do. Because again, they're vets. They've been trained shooters.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, some of them aren't able to go to like the firing range due to some criminal components.
Sure.
So this is kind of the next level down. I am terrified because
Oh, yeah.
I have never shot a paintball gun, and I've heard they're very painful. And I know that it's their perfect opportunity to gang up on me.
Yeah.
But that's something that we are, really actively looking
good.
to get scheduled. So we'll try anything. We've gone axe throwing in the past. We've done escape rooms, just something to get everyone out in the community. And it's a way to kind of show them that you can still have fun and do all these things while sober.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the first year that we went to the fair. It was a very small group. It was probably only 5 or 6 guys that had gone. And 3 of them came up to me separately and said, I've never been to the fair sober, or I've never come to the fair and left sober. And I was shocked because I didn't think of the fair as being like a drinking
I wouldn't
or
either,
something.
yeah.
And it was so interesting that 3 guys, they came up completely separately. They had no idea that the other one had said it.
Yeah.
And it was just, again, that was the first year that we had done something like this. And it just became so apparent that these types of outings are so necessary.
Yeah.
So and same thing with bowling. I guess bowling's a big drinking event that I, again, didn't realize it. But again, it's kind of a different world that we're in. So anything to have fun.
Yeah.
We like to do a lot of barbecues, and we do a big alumni barbecue every year. So again, that to that connection is so huge. We have vets that lived with us 5, 6, 7 years ago that still come back to this barbecue every year. And it's a great opportunity for our current residents to see, I can do this. Like this can be me in a couple of years, reunited with family, hanging out with friends, and being a good support and kind of informal mentor again. So
that's great.
That.
Not only to build again like the brotherhood and camaraderie, but again to show them there's fun things going on, and you don't need any of that other stuff.
Yep, you can still have fun and participate.
So
it's a lot of fun.
Definitely. Going back to the other services that you offer, as far as like the food pantry, I think employment assistance, you have some educational workshops. Do you want to talk about any more of that?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's kind of through our vet center.
Right.
So this is an opportunity for both our residents and community vets to utilize these different workshops that we have. So our vet center is also comprised of like a pool table, a ping pong table, an art room, different space that vets can come in and just kind of hang out and have a safe, sober place that they can kind of spend time together.
Nice.
But in addition to that, we have a VSO that comes in once a month from the Veterans Benefits Administration, and they help with filing service connection claims. They help with discharge upgrades. They help with their education benefits, so through the applying for the GI Bill and VOC rehab. So all of those kind of separate benefits that you don't get directly through the VA, you have to get it through the benefits system. And it's a tough system to navigate. So it's nice to be able to have somebody on site to ask questions directly to.
Sure.
You're going to get You're not going to get the runaround. You're not going to get 20 million phone calls.
Right.
We'll call you back. They're right there. And they come in very consistently once a month. It's the third Thursday of every month that they're there. So that piece gets utilized very, very often. Okay. We also have financial counselors that come in and will do money management classes. We've had stuff on investing, different saving portfolios, applying for mortgages. We've actually had a couple of our guys be able to save money and work on their credit so well that they've been able to purchase property when they've left us,
awesome.
Which is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable to go from being literally homeless to owning property is just, it's beautiful.
That just shows the progress of going through everything. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so, we're always bringing in different workshops. We have employment workshops, so someone that comes in and helps do resumes, how interview skills, how to dress for interviews. Because it's changed a lot. It used to be you had to wear a 3-piece suit to an interview.
Exactly.
And now employers almost don't want to see that.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like retraining some of our guys into what's appropriate now.
Well, because I'm sure, I haven't been for a job interview in a long time either, but I'm sure it's also dependent on the type of job.
Exactly.
And that sort of thing.
Yep,
so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so we have guys that have kind of run the gamut of employment. We've had doctors that have lived at Liberty House. We've had we actually had a physical therapist that was living with us for a while. And then we have people that all the way, like factory work or grocery store. We've had management. We've had all different types. And so again, it's always, it's very different.
Yeah. One thing that goes more back to the home and the people that live there, I don't think it follows over into the other, but you have a dog, Ezra the Wonder Dog. Yes. I wanted to know more about that.
Ezra's our little angel. So Ezra's a facility dog. So he's a trained service dog. He was trained through Canine Companions out of Long Island, New York. He is brilliant. He is trained in PTSD. He actually kind of failed out of the official PTSD program, which is why he, instead of being matched with a veteran specifically one-on-one, he was able to move into the facility dog program. Nice. So he's on site every day. He is mine. So he comes home with me. Yes, so I'm very lucky. But he is unbelievable in sensing when someone's having a bad day. Dogs in general are very attuned to emotions and whatnot, but he kind of goes a step further. He always connects with and singles out our combat vets. And the ones that have done multiple tours, who are diagnosed PTSD, TBI. He's made some really great relationships with some of these guys. And it's so interesting to see. He loves everyone. He's a golden. He is just a ball of love and will greet everyone with a toy. But there are definitely certain guys that he picks out that, looking back, they're the ones who have done the multiple tours. They're the ones that really seem to struggle with the mental health and the PTSD. And those are his people. And that's where he kind of clings to. So
dogs are amazing, but it's just wonderful to hear that, that he's able to pick up on those types of things.
We had a community vet who we've been very close with over the years, and he was really struggling. And one day he came to us and he said, I was just about to jump off the bridge and kill myself. And it was horrendous and heartbreaking, and we were so glad that we had built this relationship that he felt comfortable coming to us and having this conversation. And Ezra spent 4 hours with him, sitting on his feet, his head on his lap, just doing kind of different pressure therapies that he's trained to do. And even without giving him the commands to do this, he just automatically does it. He can sense the anxiety, he can sense the mental health kind of breakdown that's occurring, and he uses pressure to kind of calm the nervous system down. And luckily we were able to get that gentleman into mental health treatment right away that day, and just some support for him. And Ezra was exhausted the rest of the day. It was kind of crazy. It was the first time that I had really seen him, this was a couple of years ago, like in action, doing what he was trained to do. And it was beautiful and wonderful. And I think him being there was part of the reason that that veteran had come to us specifically.
Yeah.
Because he knew that he was going to get that kind of additional love and support.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So,
yeah, well, I'm glad we talked about him then, because it just shows people his impact and the importance of having him there.
Yep. It's so funny. He has such a routine. Every day we come into work, he makes the rounds. He goes and checks in with everybody who's there. Again, our goal is for guys to be working full time, but usually when we get there early enough, they're still getting ready to go off to work, and guys that work different schedules might be there. He goes in and checks in with every single person.
Oh, nice.
Everyone, as they kind of come downstairs and are getting ready, he makes sure that he greets them. And then at night, before we leave, he has to go say goodbye to everybody too. It's his own routine that he just does every day, and it's hysterical to see, but it's like, I'm doing my job. Like, I'm checking in, and this is what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. He's an angel.
Yeah. And then I don't think I had this written down, but it's something that I do like to ask everybody that comes on, just how you got involved with Liberty House and kind of what your role entails.
Yeah, so I've been with Liberty House going on a decade now, which is kind of crazy to think about. I was with Liberty House before, when we were independent, before we merged with New Hampshire Catholic Charities, and we were in a very small farmhouse over on the south end of Manchester, where we had about 8 vets that lived with us. So very, very different program from when we merged with Catholic Charities in 2019 and moved into our building. And now we have 21 beds, which is...
I don't even think because I just had Catholic Charities on, and I think I was still thinking of you being in your old house. So this is great to know that you have an even bigger facility.
Yes. Yeah. So when we moved originally, we merged with Catholic Charities in 2019. We did a major renovation of the property that we're in currently. We bumped up to 18 beds. And then more recently, we just added a few more. So now we're up to 21 beds, which has been great that we were able to do that, because we always have a wait list.
From 8, that's a huge improvement.
Huge, yes. Almost tripled our capacity, which was unbelievable. So, I got involved with Liberty House in right at the end of 2016, beginning of 2017. I had learned about it. I've always worked in the nonprofit world, and I grew up in Manchester. I used to ride my bike at the VA hospital. It's like I lived right around the corner from there, but I had no idea the Liberty House existed. We opened our doors in 2004, and again, I didn't learn about it until I think 2015. I was working for another nonprofit, and I kind of came in contact with Liberty House, and I was like, I love this. Like, I love the mission. I love what they stand for. And I love the accountability that it comes with. It's not a typical program where we're going to just try to help you and we'll see what we can do and that's it.
Right.
It's like Liberty House really sets people up for success. We look at individual status, like where people are at individually. We really tailor the program to meet their needs. We have our expectations. And we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that you are successful. And I loved the accountability piece that it came with. So they had an opportunity for a case management position, and I was doing case management for another nonprofit, and I jumped on board. And I've loved it, and I've kind of just worked my way up. So I've done all the direct care work. So I understand the case management. I love it. I love being able to be a direct person that is impacting somebody's daily lives. But I kind of like worked up the ladder. And so, I've been the executive director for the last year, which is definitely a change. I miss the kind of direct care work. I'm not as involved as I used to be, but I still make it a point to, like tonight we have a graduation. We have one of our guys is moving out. He got an apartment. And so we're doing a big graduation dinner tonight.
Nice.
And so I always make it a point that I will be there for those. And same with like the Force Family Fun. I still love to get into the nitty gritty with them.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have volunteer opportunities? And if so, what are those opportunities?
We do. So we have a lot of different options. So we mostly focus our volunteers on our pantry. That is completely volunteer run. We are very lucky in the sense that we have a phenomenal relationship with St. A's College in Manchester, and they do service learning. And so we have every semester, we have college students that come in and help work our pantry. in the winter and the summer, kind of the off-school months, is when we are always looking for some volunteer help in our pantry. So whether it's stocking shelves, whether it's checking out the veterans that are coming in to shop for the items, those are some volunteer opportunities that we have. We also work with a lot of different like businesses and groups to come in and do maybe like a service project day. We just had BAE Systems in we did a big Cram the Van event this past weekend where we set up shop at Hannaford's on John Devine in Manchester, and we asked people for food donations for our pantry because the shelves get very, very low very quickly. And so then we had BAE come in and help sort through and organize everything. We're very particular with our donations. Every can gets labeled with the expiration date in large letters so that we are making sure that we are putting out only food that is still good, nothing expired. So we had them come in and label away and stock shelves and get that going. A couple weeks ago, we had another volunteer group from the Wounded Warrior Project and GE. They came in and did a bunch of yard work for us, kind of like a spring refresh. So those are different opportunities. We always look for groups and businesses and even individuals to help not only raise awareness, but really help stock our shelves for our pantry. That is like the biggest need. So even if it's a family that says, instead of buying me a birthday present this year, why don't you donate a box of granola bars? And then we'll have that group make snack bags for us. So different opportunities like that. We have a couple events coming up, and so we'll look for a group. So, for example, we have a golf tournament for the Veterans Golf Tournament. We do it. It's the last Friday of June every year. And with that, every golfer gets a goodie bag. And so we look for groups and individuals to come in and kind of make the goodie bags. So that's like an opportunity that's coming up. We have a Greater Dairy Track Club does a 4th of July Run for Freedom for us. And so we're looking for volunteers to help us with that, pass out water, parking attendance, registration. So we'll be looking for volunteers for that as well. So all kinds of different opportunities. I think if people are interested, they should just give us a call and kind of see what might work for them and work for us. That's the best way.
That's good for people to know. And I'm glad you were able to talk about the food pantry because I think, one, people might not be aware that it exists, but two, I think when people think about food donation, they have specific places in mind, and this just gives them another opportunity to give to veterans and that sort of thing.
Our food pantry is so busy. It kind of blows my mind at the amount of new veterans that we have registered just in the last few months. I haven't pulled numbers recently, but I know at the end of March, I was pulling numbers just for the first 3 months, just for the first quarter. And we had 68 brand new vets to us. We have over 700 veterans that are registered with us to come in and shop. It's pretty crazy. I think also,
that means a lot of food.
It's a lot of food because it's not just the veteran that's coming in. The typical average veteran household size is 3 to 4 people.
Right.
So we're not just feeding that one person, we're feeding 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to however many.
Right.
So it's a lot of food that goes off of our shelves very, very quickly. And I think, again, when I was pulling numbers back at the end of March, we had over 400 visits every month.
Wow.
And so, yes, the food goes very, very quickly, and that's all donated. So we try to make it as simple as possible, too, for people to donate. We have an Amazon wish list right on our website and our Facebook, so people can order food on Amazon, and it gets delivered right to us, so they don't even have to come into the facility.
Nice. That makes it really easy for people. Just click, click, there you go.
And there it's sent. Yep, it's great. We do the Cram a Van event, so when people are doing their regular grocery shopping, they can grab a bag of food, and again, they don't even have to worry about delivering it to us. We're right there on site. We'll put it right in our van, and we're good to go. People can make monetary donations online, and it'll be specified for food for the pantry. So we have some opportunities to make that dollar stretch a little bit longer as well. So that helps us stock our shelves. So any opportunity to help feed our vets is huge.
So you have the Amazon, but is there a place on your website if people want to like go out and physically buy the food? of like current needs or anything? Okay.
Yep, our current needs are on our website as well, and also our Facebook page, Liberty House NH.
Okay.
That's where we definitely have the most up-to-date information just because it's way more interactive.
Sure.
We have upcoming events on there. We have our current needs for our pantry. Some volunteer spotlights, some resident stories, all kinds of information on there.
Are there any other events or fundraisers throughout the year that you want to promote?
Yeah. So again, Dairy Track Club, if we have any runners out there, I am not a runner, but I will be there. They do a 5K every year on 4th of July. It's the Freedom Run. Which is great. And then we have a motorcycle run, 2 Wheels, 1 Purpose is what it's called. It'll be hosted by Harley in Manchester. That is at the end of August. So it'll be a nice ride kind of around southern New Hampshire. Bikers will end up at Harley in Hooksett for a barbecue and raffles and live music. And so that's a really fun day as well.
Oh, great.
We do a Veterans Day breakfast every year. That's held at LaBelle Winery and Dairy. That is a really good opportunity to hear from our veterans what Liberty House means to them. We usually have a current resident speak and potentially a former resident that will come and kind of tell their stories. That is very emotional and impactful, and it's just a great morning of celebrating our vets.
Oh, nice. So people can look out for that. They can like buy tickets or
something?
something?
Absolutely. Okay. Yep, right. Either on our website, libertyhousenh.org, or on our Facebook page. There'll be links for that as well.
Oh, great.
And then I think probably one of my favorite events is our Christmas Tree Jubilee that we do in December. So similar to like a festival of trees, we look for businesses, families, groups, individuals to donate artificial trees that have a theme, merchandise, gift cards, and we set them up at our facility, right in our rec center, and people come in and they can buy raffle tickets to try to win the trees and like all of the merchandise on it. So like every year, Ezra, our facility dog, he does a tree.
I love
so
that.
it's his tree, and there's dog toys and treats and all kinds of things that any dog lover would like. So all kinds of different, very creative trees. We always have like a Grinch tree, and every year we do a big gift card tree. That's kind of like the top seller, where we ask local businesses and restaurants to donate, and it's usually over $1,000 worth of gift cards on there. So it's a lot of fun. We have Santa and Mrs. Claus come for pictures.
Nice.
The Grinch is usually there sneaking around. So that's a fun event at the end of the year too.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Lots of great things for people to look forward to.
Absolutely.
And is there anything else that you'd like people to know about Liberty House before I just ask a few final questions?
Yeah. I think people don't realize how tough our vets actually have it. They think veteran, you have all the support from the VA. Not all of our vets qualify for VA services. You have to have so much time in service. You have to have a specific discharge. We have a lot of our vets, our combat vets, that actually get discharged with an other than honorable, and it disqualifies them for a lot of their benefits. So we work really hard to get those discharges upgraded. We've been very successful over the last few years being able to do that and getting our vets what they deserve.
Oh, good.
And I also think that people don't realize how easy it is to lose your housing. It's a lot of our guys, a lot of people in general are one paycheck away from losing their house, the world crumbles very, very quickly after that. Yeah. And so we're not a handout, we're a hand up program. We are not going to work harder than our guys, but we are going to be there to support them every step of the way.
Yeah.
And so I think that's really important to know.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. And then just a few final things I like to ask everybody. The first, and I'm sure like most people who work for nonprofits, it's probably hard to pick one because you probably have many stories, but can you share a story of someone whose life has been transformed by your work?
Oh my goodness. There's so many. We have such great guys. I think one that always sticks out to me, his name is James, and he was tough to get into our program. He tried many times and he wasn't ready. He was still trying to use. He was still trying to do things on his terms. And I was in a different position at the time. This was a couple years ago. I was in a different position. So I was doing all the interviews for residents coming in.
Okay.
And I interviewed him probably 3 or 4 times. And I'm like, James, you're just not ready yet. You're just not ready yet. We will be here when you're ready. you're just not ready yet.
Yeah.
And finally, he ended up going back to treatment, and he came to us directly from treatment, which is where a lot of our vets come to us from. Mm-hmm. And he killed it. His phrase, trust the process. That's what he always says. Trust the process. Time takes time. Trust the process.
Yeah.
Because it's tough, and it's really tough for a lot of our guys. They want that instant gratification.
Yeah.
They're used to that with their substance use. Is
Right.
you take a substance, you have an effect.
Right.
And so they want that in every aspect of their life. And time takes time, and and it's tough.
Yeah.
And so his saying, trust the process. So he was with us. We got him into a program called CWT at the VA. It's compensated work therapy. So he was able to work for the VA through kind of a stipend program while still being able to attend all of his appointments. He was in vets court too. He had gotten into some trouble. And so the vets court is kind of like a diversion program.
Okay.
This was in Brentwood, and he went through that program. He graduated. He was very successful in that. And we were able to get him he saved an absurd amount of money. He saved $40,000 with us.
Oh my goodness.
He saved every single penny. I think every paycheck he signed over to us, he was able to get his license back. He hadn't had a driver's license in many, many years. He bought a car, a beautiful Nissan. He was so proud of that car because he hadn't had a vehicle in years, let alone a license. A vehicle on top of it was crazy for him. And he was just so successful. We got him an apartment very close by, right around the corner from us. And he actually started working for the VA. He made such a good impression with them in their CWT program that a full-time permanent position opened up, and he was able to apply, and now he is in a peer support role where he's helping other vets in the community.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
So he's now looking for a new apartment because he has outgrown this one.
Yeah.
He's doing so well. He just bought a new car, traded in his first car, and got a beautiful new Explorer that he loves.
Awesome.
And he's just killing it. He's doing so well, and was such a transformation from when he just was struggling. He didn't want to take the help. He wanted to do it his way.
Yeah.
And I think that's common for a lot of our vets. It's hard. They're used to doing things their way. And they want the instant gratification. They want things to change immediately for them.
Yeah.
And once he kind of finally said, all right, I'm surrendering. You tell me what to do. Yeah. I've never tried this before, so let's see what happens. And he trusted the process. He was so... Oh my gosh. It was like pinching pennies with him. You couldn't get anything out of him, which was great. It was awesome because it was very helpful for him.
Yeah.
And so he's been very, very successful. When he moved out and he graduated, he gave a beautiful speech, and he's still stayed very well connected with us over the years.
Nice.
So
that's
it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's a great story to share, and just to show where he started, and then once he accepted, into the program, the discipline he had to save all that money, because that's hard for anybody.
It's so hard.
So,
Yep. He reconnected with his family. He has family down in South Carolina that, again, he was able to save money and fly down to visit them.
Oh, wow.
His daughter and his grandkids are now back in his life as well. And things that he says he never thought were possible are back. So
that's amazing.
Yeah. And that's why we do it. I mean, we have some tough guys. We have a lot of heartbreak in this job as well. Yeah. It's not all rainbows and butterflies. We have guys that relapse. We have guys that just don't want to kind of follow the program and be told what to do with their days and with their money. And I get that. That's hard. They're grown men.
Right.
They've seen more than we can even imagine. They've experienced some horrendous, heartbreaking things. So I get it. It's tough to live in community housing, to be told what to do. You have a curfew. You have to be up and ready at this time. You have to do this. You have to do that. But when they kind of accept it and they work the program, the transformations are unbelievable.
Oh, good.
Unbelievable. So,
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I like to share those things because it just shows the impact that Liberty House is having and any other nonprofit, the great work that you're doing and having on people. Speaking of other nonprofits, I like to have people recommend maybe another nonprofit or just an individual doing great things in their community that I could have on as a future guest.
Oh my goodness. So many. We work with such great people. The veteran world is very small. As many resources out there, I've worked with some of the same people for many, many years. We love the VA. They're great. Emily Racine, Tracy Noonan, they're all wonderful, wonderful people. Harbor Care, Katie Tovar has been great and a super helpful resource, again, for many, many years. Vets Count. We utilize them a lot for financial support for our guys, especially when they first come to us. They help with a lot of car repairs.
Okay.
They help with a lot of our guys have to take the DUI class, and it's very expensive. So they will help kind of supplement some of those funds as well. So they're also very, very wonderful. There's so many.
Yeah. No, that's great. I'll look into those ones definitely because it'd be nice. I'm actually trying to think. I don't know if I've had a veterans organization on till now, so it'd be great to get some more on.
Yeah, the Beach Bums too, Steve Gamlin. He is an individual that has a group of people that they support us tremendously. They've been wonderful. Wonderful,
great,
yeah.
Great. I'll look into all of them.
Absolutely,
Thank you.
yeah.
And then the last question, what does kindness mean to you? And can you share an example of kindness that you've either personally experienced or just witnessed?
So I think kindness is always being there for somebody, especially I see it every day in the work that our staff does, the vet-to-vet connection with our guys, just being there for somebody and not giving up. I think that's a big piece, too, of the kindness. Again, it makes me so emotional. Our guys struggle. They have a lot of ups and downs. And just checking in, hey, how you doing? It goes such a long way. And building that relationship and just being there.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah. And hopefully people will, check out your site, check out your events and get involved in everything.
Absolutely.
So
I appreciate it.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode and learning more about Liberty House. They are doing incredible work, and I hope that you will check out some of their events, go to their website, maybe make a food donation. It sounds like it's really needed, and your support would be very helpful. Make sure, if you are not already, to follow Dose of Good Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Subscribe on YouTube and where you listen to podcasts. If you could also leave a rating and review on your podcast app, that would really help the podcast get more known, and share a dose of good with even more people. If you want to submit ideas or have questions, you can always email me at doseofgoodpodcast@gmail.com. And I would love to hear from you and learn about the great things that are going on in your community. What have you done to help other people lately? What organizations are you involved with that you think should be featured on the podcast? And remember to put a little more kindness into the world. And until next time, have a great day.